I find myself wanting to be more of a generalist, like being able to do a lot of things, but not just like one thing in particular.
I just think because of my life experiences, it's just, I mean, I'm decent at a handful of things, but I'd say I'm good at a lot of things.
A certain avenue like business or whatever, you know, if you're going to focus on something, try to at least narrow it down to something you're going to be good at.
That's what I'm doing now. I mean, there's people I've turned away, and I hate to say that I'm turning away business, but I mean, it's not beneficial for me to take a case.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Signal Fire Radio, a show where a bunch of military veterans get together and demolish the villain of self-doubt by having encouraging conversations designed to feed your mind, strengthen your body, enrich your spirit, and grow your tribe. I'm so freaking excited today because we have the return of the narwhal from NorCal, the mad dog himself, Matthew Milotovich, riding in the now fourth co-host chair, right? Because I'm a co-host. Brandon's a co-host. Chris is a co-host. Now you're a co-host, Matt.
Sure.
I just want it to be made clear that I'm still a co-host.
Yes, you are.
Going all the way back to a couple episodes. Matthew, welcome back. How are you? Tell the people how you've been.
I'm good. I'm very good.
Yeah?
Yes.
You got to give them more than that, Matt. They haven't seen you in a couple months.
We've missed this stoicism.
Yeah, we have. He used to be so chatty. Season 1, he was so chatty.
I'm between two robust men wearing
Yeah, how do you
cowboy
feel
hats.
about your position in life right now? You're stuck between the Port City attorney, Mr. Brandon Pettyjohn, and for those of you keeping track at home, that was a professional introduction.
I appreciate
right
that.
there. That was what you call a perfect segue.
That was.
And Chris Bradley from Cape Fear Investigative Services. Matt, how do you feel being sandwiched in between these two august men?
Protected and empowered.
Oh, and look at that. Jay's making a pop-up, too. Jay the Mal. Chris, tell the story about Jay. He has an interesting backstory.
He does. So Jay,
Can I say Sicario? Will he freak out?
absolutely, he might. So, I
Emil, let's
have-
make sure to clip all this with the dog, please.
I have a soft spot for rescues, and I wasn't ready for another dog. I have a silver lab at home that's 16 years old. He has cancer. A friend of mine told me about this Facebook page. So I don't know if I want to promote him or not.
Yeah, okay.
And they're nice people.
There's like 12
If
billion Facebook
If you're interested,
pages.
we'll shoot a message at the end. I'll tell you how to find him. Anyhow, curiosity got the best of me one night after a few frothy beverages, and I put on this in search of on this page. In about 24 hours, I had 30 dogs to choose from.
Really?
Everything from rescues to breeders, puppies, people that just couldn't handle what I was looking for. But this one woman, the first person to respond to me was the woman that had Jay.
Okay.
And so, super responsive lady. As I was talking to her, I would ask her, I wanted to see if he had recall commands, all that stuff.
I don't know what they're doing to your dog back there.
It's all good.
It's just you and me. We're the only two in the podcast. We
Yeah,
lost
for the
Brandon and
peanut
Matt.
butter.
the woman-
portion of this.
super responsive. The woman was sending me videos. He was fast.
Yeah.
But I noticed he was on the smaller end of the size for a Belgian Malinois. And I asked her, I said, well, where did he come from? And she's like, well, he's a rescue from a kill shelter at a border town in Texas. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. That's all they knew. Here, why don't we get
Why don't we
You've had
fuck
enough
off?
fun now.
Down.
You've had enough fun.
So I kept watching the videos, and I was like, you know what? I want this dog.
Yeah.
So I did the application process. They approved it in about 24 hours. And I had to make arrangements to go pick him up.
Yeah.
So my buddy, my best friend and I lives in Wake Forest. He came down, he picked me up. We left at like 9 a.m. in the morning in his little brand new Volkswagen Jetta.
Nice.
It gets like 17,000 miles per gallon. Not an EV though, so we were cool still.
You're still cool, bro.
Yeah.
So we drove.
If you can make
to-
this story any longer,
We
I'd
drove
appreciate
this-
it.
Yeah. Really just one of your... He was the cartel dog.
Brandon,
And I got
the
him.
whole story comes together in just a second. You're gonna really, Brandon. I don't know if you ever know this. So we're driving up. We stop in Connecticut at this little hotel, and we go and I knock on the door. You had to call a number when you walk in, and we call and the guy comes out, and it was a 252 area code. That's North Carolina, right?
Uh-huh.
So guy comes out. He looked like this hippie dude. Probably smoked more weed than some of my friends.
Doesn't
that are
make him
still
a bad
smoking
guy.
weed. But
Yeah,
anyhow,
Doesn't make him a bad guy.
He said
Allegedly.
some of my friends are still smoking weed.
So I'm talking to him, and I was like, "Hey, man, where are you from?" And he's like, "I'm from this small town. You probably never heard of it." And I was like, "Oh yeah, well, just try me." Hey, stop that. He's from Dare County.
Where's that?
Outer
I don't know
Banks.
where that is.
Outer
bro.
Banks.
Oh.
So he's from
Dukes
the
of
outer-
Hazzard, they're from Georgia.
So he grew up.
You mind your tongue.
He grew up in
was that
Dare
Hazard
County,
County?
in a small
Yeah,
little
that's
town in
Hazard
Dare
County.
County, and he got tired of it. And
That's
moved,
why it's called
Perry
Dukes of
County.
Hazzard.
and moved. He moved to look. He moved.
Too many conversations going on.
He moved to Connecticut.
Chris,
right?
you're gonna lose our viewership.
Wait, no. So look,
Fucking tie this bitch in a bow.
The next morning we wake up and I'm like, this guy was weird. Why did he choose this hotel? And then behind him is the biggest commercial weed dispensary I've ever seen in my life.
Seriously.
Like, there's like 18 wheelers backing up to this thing, right? This massive building. It's probably like 50,000 square feet weed dispensary in Connecticut. So then we drive.
Okay, we're all listening.
All right, we drive the rest
Jesus
of the trip
Christ.
to St. John. We go to St. Johnsbury, Vermont, which is like right near Canada.
Canada.
Canada,
Yeah,
where the
that's actually how you say
yeah,
it.
where the
Canada.
Canadians live at. So we pick up this guy, play with him on the side of a mountain, and I asked the woman, I said,
God damn.
tell me about Texas. Tell me about what is border town in Texas, right? So then she's like, he was dropped off by the cartel. So this cartel killed off
We're
another
6
cartel.
minutes into the show. Just
And
to
the
get
dog. So a cartel killed him off and brought him, and that's how he got it from the cartel. So
Welcome, Jay.
Jay's a cartel. dog out
Welcome,
of Texas.
Jay. Brandon, how do you feel right now? Is this what it's like when
I
you're
feel
in
like I
court
fucking aged.
and opposing
No,
counsel?
that was awesome. I enjoyed it.
I love that it was at a commercial weed dispensary, and I just want cuts of Brandon dying over there. Just all I want is just a super cut of Brandon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of Michael Scott in The Office, and he said, you know, sometimes I start a conversation and I don't know where it's gonna go. I just navigate through it till it ends.
See where it ends up. See where it ends up.
So hey, so your dog got an interesting story. Yeah, you know, I drove on I-95. This car was at 95. You know, it had 874,000 miles. Not original to the car, obviously. The
First trip I
odometer was.
came to a Buc-ee's, actually.
Man, this is a guy who's maybe been paying attention to people a little bit too long, right? Like he's like
He's a
every
private
detail is
investigator.
accounted
Yeah.
for.
I
And-
appreciate it in a report.
Yeah, and it helps make your job a whole lot easier, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, Matt. Other than all of that, how are you doing? Because I
Good.
still don't know if we got around to seeing how you've been.
Good.
You're doing good?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? For the people watching at home, you're probably noticing that there's more cups than human beings here. This is a new thing that we're doing. In addition to advocating for the entire week of the 4th of July being a national holiday.
Come on.
Come on. Starting next year, we've all made the commitment to close for the entire week. Nothing is going to happen around the 4th of July. We've also been courting different energy drink companies in hopes that maybe one of them would come and sponsor our show. I think we're like 90 episodes in. Still haven't gotten any calls from the Bang or Rain CEOs.
But they're swimming. I can feel
But we're
them
going
swimming.
with this one. This one feels like a winner. Matt, can you talk us through where this energy drink came from, and what was it about the labeling and the package and the name that like called to you to select this one here? Let's
It
really sell it,
was-
Matt. Slow it down and sell it.
Got it out at the, I think it's the Seahawk Mart, the gas station, the Citgo on College
You go
Road.
shopping.
And I picked it because it was the only energy drink out of all the ones on the shelf that I had not tried yet.
Okay.
And it looks kind of silly. It's called Ghost.
And what flavoring is it? That you
And
have?
that's the other thing. It's just called Blue Raspberry.
Okay, but there's a little logo right above it. They've got some co-branding going on here. Is this a Sour Patch Kid? I've got Warheads on mine.
I got Warheads.
What do you have on yours, Brand?
I'm a
one's over
Sour
here.
Patch.
Brand's got orange cream.
Oh, orange cream, dude. I can't wait to get some cream in my mouth.
Yeah, some of that orange.
That's what his wife calls him.
We got called out on the interwebs, Brandon, and you're an influencer, so you've dealt with this more than the rest of us.
Yeah, that's why I'm
But-
supporting this boxed water because
Yeah.
I'm healthy.
Yeah, and an unsipped iced coffee from Spilly in
Oh, shit,
Wilmington.
sorry.
It's Spill coffee.
I just
in
finished a
Wilmington.
monster and then I've got these
Yeah.
two.
We're gonna be
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
We're gonna be well caffeinated. But we got a little bit of blowback on the episode that we did a few back with my wife. We were talking about physical health and stuff like that because we all had. What?
There was.
What'd I say?
It
What'd I
was
say?
just
You know,
the
sometimes
words.
like Matt's back, baby. Let's go.
He said back, blow, back, and then my wife. And then I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Remember
I'm
back
so
when
glad. I'm
the
so glad.
blowback with my wife?
I'm so glad you're home.
That's exactly what I'm like.
so
What are
glad.
we talking?
I'm so glad you're riding in the
When
first
Brandon
mate
had the
chair
blowback
again.
The
with
part
my
that they were
wife.
driving here, and the speed limit was this, and I was doing 47 and a 45 in this car with 3 wheels and a boat
I
tire.
told you not to bring that up, Chris.
Gosh. Let that story die. Let that story die. But we got we got hate, Matt, from the haters online, to use your lingo, right? Haters, because Molly Ringwald and you went to high school together. So haters is still. Do you understand that? Is that
Haters about what?
haters online? Well, I'm trying to finish the story. Haters online said it was inappropriate of us to have Monster energy drinks while Jenna was talking to us about health, and we were making declarations about how we try to treat our own health, and we had Monster energy drinks there.
My response would be, but you still saw it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I told you my lot's back. Matt, I have missed you desperately, and I'm so glad that you're back here. I hope that you'll be here every other week from here on out.
Yeah, man.
In perpetuity.
Don't ever leave me, because
I went and had a temporary stint running a business, and long story short, it was we parted ways with amicable reasons, and it was not a good fit for me.
No.
No.
So, man, I've lived through that myself very recently. You got to know when things aren't a good fit for you.
Yeah.
And if you can
So-
leave when it's amicable, that's like the best possible outcome, the best possible scenario. When I left the insurance world, it wasn't a good fit for me. I didn't like the business model, and so it was important to me, though, not to burn any bridges on the way out the door. So
But
Good
you
for you,
did
buddy.
burn the books.
I did burn the books, right? Well, I brought them all over to Brandon's office, and he just said he took care of it.
And you also burnt the ships.
It burnt the ships, burned the books.
Oh, I said books. I meant ships.
Oh,
Boats.
is that what you were trying to do?
Thinking
And
boats,
there's
not
some,
books.
cowboy hats in this room, so
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
I saw Brandon.
Let's go.
I saw Brandon crossing. What was that? I saw you crossing 3rd Street yesterday, leaving the county courthouse.
I got catcalled.
You were walking down towards the river, towards the battleship. Was that Chestnut? I think you were at maybe 3rd
Princess.
Princess is where I saw him.
Yep.
And I catcalled Brandon out the window, and it was an all-time top 5 moment of mine.
What did you yell?
Well,
I mean, we do have a nickname for him.
I know. I forgot. I should have yelled the nickname.
I don't remember what the nickname is.
The mediocre wiener. I should have said that. Oh,
That's your nickname?
yeah, Brandon,
No.
Brandon the
It's
mediocre
my-
wiener Pettyjohn.
Well, yeah, so it's a catchphrase. That is a
Yeah,
nickname.
that is more of a catchphrase
Yeah,
than it is a nickname. Yeah. No, I just said, "Oh my God, is that Brandon Pettyjohn?" And I really should have rethought it. I was in the moment. I saw it. He was walking fast. The light was going to turn green. I should have put more effort into it, but I didn't.
I appreciated it.
Yeah.
You know.
You seemed to perk up a little bit.
Yeah, I
There was
enjoy,
a gaggle of people that looked.
There was.
Yeah.
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 The men give better cat calls. Sorry, ladies,
Yeah.
but to hear a guy's voice, with that inflection,
Yeah.
like I really thought.
I meant it too.
Yeah.
I
No,
went
I
down. I got
appreciated
my
it.
command voice. It kind of echoed off the walls there.
I know. I really wish you just would have started with like a "Hello, you."
Oh, dude! I'll give you a little left, right, left. Call some cadence or something on you.
Dude, if it was Eric Bana
Yeah.
giving me a cat call, he would have made my peen ping.
Really? Are you a big Eric Bana guy?
We've talked about this.
Have
but yeah.
we?
Eric Bana and Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Chris
Handsome
Pratt
man.
for me.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
He's
Yeah.
a good
Bradley
looking
Cooper.
dude.
Bradley
Cooper's
Cooper.
my guy.
come on,
Yeah.
Come on.
Kirk Douglas.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kirk
Oh.
Douglas.
Not even Michael. He said
Kurt. This will be the time that we solicit some user write-in. If you're a grown man like the 4 of us, who's your one go-to guy that you're going to leave your wife
Dean
for?
Martin.
Yeah, Dean Martin, going way back in the Wayback Machine.
Matt Damon.
And then I will call out one last thing before we actually get on to some substance of our show, is that we're all completing Homeless Hot Boy Summer. So this is gonna be the end of it for me. I'm taking the beard off.
What does that mean?
Trimming
though?
the hair. I don't know. Every summer I just stop. Like,
Yeah, but you're not
I stop
gonna-
taking
you're not
care
gonna
of
shave.
myself. I don't know. I might go down to a baby face. I haven't seen the skin of my face in a long time.
I've never seen it.
I think there's things living in
So
this hair.
I
on
don't
my-
want. You're a beautiful man, but just for other people out there that might be considering the same thing, remember that a beard is makeup for men. So there might be a reason why you don't want to see that skin.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
be ugly. You're hotter with a beard.
what-
Keep it with Hot Boy
What
Summer.
if I came to VBC or something and it was like all of a sudden I was just this horrendous wretch of a human being because I took my beard
Look
off.
like a
Nobody
meth
knows
head.
who I am. Like, what? Who the hell is that guy? All right, we got some cool things to talk about. Number one, Brandon, I'm going to start with you because you are our legal counsel here for Signal Fire Radio in the Wilmington community and Leland community. Greater New Hanover County, we will say.
The Leland lawyer.
You never did any divorce work, did you? Any family law? Mm-hmm. You do? Okay. Mm-hmm. So then it is a great place to start with you. If a divorce happens
Yes.
and the gentleman chooses to remarry,
Sure.
and they throw themselves a second bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. What was the circumstances of the divorce?
I don't know.
No, we need the
Do we
deets.
need to do a hypothetical? Let's just say it's a bad divorce. But they were together for a long time and they had 3 children. So they lived some life together. And you get a divorce legally, morally, and ethically, and then societally. Can you give yourself a second bachelor party?
No.
I asked Brandon. Why are you jumping right in over
I
Brandon?
think from a legal standpoint, there's
that's
there's no statutory authority on the books in any of the 50 states that I know of that would prohibit someone from throwing themselves a bachelor party.
Rob, you
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah.
We're not actually seeking legal counsel on if we could have a second bachelor
No,
party.
not legal counsel, just opinion here. We're just doing the conjecture thing. Of
As long
course
as you open it up with
can.
welcome back, it's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome back. Okay. All right. Would you throw yourself a second bachelor party?
Yeah.
You would?
Oh, yeah.
You would do. What would you do differently on Bachelor Party 2 than Bachelor Party 1?
No comment. It's not a real situation, okay?
Is it just a boys' trip the second time around? Or is it a real bachelor party?
Dude,
Because
I'll
you've
be-
already been unbachelored
I
at
don't know,
some
man. You seen
point.
Hangover?
Huh?
You seen Hangover, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's my thing. If most people that I know, or at least my situation, got married young, right? I couldn't afford a really cool bachelor party.
Yeah.
If I did it again, I'm.
Are you
know,
going all out?
Oh, all out.
Are you getting a private jet to take you somewhere?
I mean,
If I had to do
if
a
I could,
second,
if I had the means,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Thought,
you
okay.
already got a yacht. I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
I got a
You got a
yacht. What
yacht.
more do you want?
You got a yacht and you got your truck. Like,
Hey,
You have a boat? You got a boat?
you don't know anything,
It's-
Matt? Have you not been keeping up with
Matt
episodes
doesn't-
of
Matt doesn't
Signal Fire
watch.
Radio via all your favorite podcast delivery platforms?
I've been operating.
You've been operating.
operating.
Tier 1, Matt Mylott, Tier 1 operator. Yeah, Matt. Brandon got a yacht. It's called
no big deal.
Not Guilty.
That's a fantastic boat.
If it
The
would
people love it.
fucking
Dude.
load.
The people absolutely love it. Matt, let's continue on
No,
with
it
the
won't
show.
load- it
If
won't
we
load,
can show
apparently.
people Brandon's pictures later. You seem to have some very strong feelings on a second bachelor party.
I've always thought a bachelor party period was just kind of gay.
Did you have
to
a
begin
bachelor
with.
party?
No.
Okay, well, that's why you don't like bachelor parties, because you never got one.
No, I chose to not
You
have
chose
one.
to not have one.
Yeah. Well,
What-
first of all my
Did you not have any friends?
well, they're all deployed, fighting wars in Iraq primarily.
Oh, wow. Okay. Way to hang that black cloud over
I don't
Yeah,
think you're
that's
in the
cool.
Marine Corps yet.
I
You
wasn't.
dirty
I'm just
dog.
kidding.
I
You
was.
dirty
You were.
dog.
This
Why
was-
didn't you do a bachelor party? You chose not to do a bachelor party?
No, they've never appealed to me. I've always just kind of
You don't like playing golf?
I do for like 7 holes. The
Yeah.
problem is there's no 7-hole course.
No, there isn't a 7-hole course. What if it was just like a bunch of your boys going to like Costa Rica or something, and you surfed and hiked and sat out on
But
the
I wouldn't
beach
want it
and-
to be a bunch of my boys. I mean, I'd say 3 at most. Three of my boys at most.
Oh, we're at that tier.
We're really narrowing this
Yeah,
down.
we're really.
Oh,
who
dude,
are- who are
I
the
would
three?
never want to go on a trip with
Who are
more
the
than
three?
like 3 dudes. No,
Who's
because
the
then
three?
I
it
think
just,
I think it would get complicated.
Yeah.
no, it'd just be like too much disruption. It's like the 3 of us. I know if shit at the fan. I just with our social and like
Mm-hmm.
paternal
Just
equity.
Yeah.
say it. It's Brandon
I
Taylor.
could
Yeah, it's
literally
great.
say, "Everybody, shut the fuck up, and stop talking." And I could expect the fact that it would be like, "All right, Matt got upset.
Yeah.
Let's just let him chill out."
Yeah.
But when you're with a group of 7, there's bound to be at least 1 or 2. It's like,
Oh, a couple of,
Yeah,
a couple of
yeah.
The fuck
softies.
I am.
Yeah. Oh, you think a couple people in the inverse? You think they would just keep being
no, I'm just
obnoxious
saying it's
to you?
just more disruptions.
Okay.
I'm 42, man. I'm appreciating less of the EDM side of my brain
Yeah.
and more of the Jim Croce side
Your
of my
life
brain.
has been very much more low stimuli in the last 12 months than the first 2 years of us knowing each other. And I've
and then
done
you
the
scratched
same.
your nose.
Huh?
Yes,
oh,
I
were
did
you
quit.
saying that was body language indicative of me not telling
Well,
the
you
truth?
said stim you.
Oh, you thought no, I wasn't referring to that.
I'm lost.
You're lost. Matt was suggesting that I was referring to stimulants when I scratched my nose.
Yeah,
About
he
his
said stimuli.
lifestyle.
But yeah, no, that's
Stimuli.
true.
I
How are
don't
you
work.
feeling about that? Because I've been working on that myself too. That's something I've really been trying to like not put
Dude, no.
myself into overstimulating situations.
Dude, and this all goes back to like my coaching experience and relationship
Jody
with
Sattva?
Jody. Dude, like essentialism, like what's most essential today? What's most essential this week, this month, this year? And dude, we're like volunteering 15 times a month between 3 different nonprofits, and then, just doing everything that we do, and then work, and then, volunteering at church. It's like, it's all this stuff. And the only thing I'm still doing is volunteering at church for security,
Yeah.
once a month.
Are you still doing Canines for Service?
I'm getting back to it. So Canines is one that I'm not going to leave.
Okay.
But I did have to take a step away for the last 4 months because of my
Did you tell him
my
sabbatical?
little contracting gig
Yeah,
I
yeah.
took.
Oh, that is some tier 1 stuff.
Operator.
Operator. What's the morning routine look like now that's different when you're doing just essentialism? Like, are you looking at your day and going, no, I'm not doing these things?
It's more of just the lens that it's a different lens that I'm looking through every day. Just how I carry myself, where I let my mind take time to be. So,
Little ASMR there. Where are you letting your mind go then with this newfound time? I'm trying to understand your tactics and then
Please.
comparing them to mine.
where I'm letting my
TK's having
mind
fun
go.
This episode, yeah. Wander with me. Let's go
I don't
down the
know.
path.
Perhaps.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so the real reason you don't want so many guys on the bachelor party, you're like worried about pleasing too many men. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I only got so many extremities,
Well, I mean, it's hard to keep everybody happy. Some
Yeah.
guys want steak, other
Dude,
guys want to go to the seafood
Our
restaurant.
snowboarding
That was
group,
a great trip. Great
perfect
trip.
example, nothing more.
Yeah.
Yep.
4 dudes total.
And you got to, if I'm going to go on a trip with people, we have to be of the same like mind on what kind of trip it is. If it's
Yeah.
going to be an active trip, we're going to be active. If it's going to be a trip where we just hang out, I'm not getting up at 6 in the
Yeah.
morning to go
Nope,
somewhere
get
with
up
you.
when you want to.
Yeah,
Get
because
your
you
mind
just
right,
went on a
and then we go.
a golf trip recently, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And how was that? Was it like everybody? Because it was a big group of people, right?
Yeah, no, they're all understanding that.
A what trip? A golf?
Golf.
Yeah, I went on a golf trip, just like a little thing.
GULF.
I'm terrible at golf.
Stream.
And so they all understood when I was like, hey guys, I'm going to go to the IHOP and get like 3 hours worth of work done while you guys do that. And then I'll come
I'm
and
proud of
party
you.
with you.
Oh, you just met him at the country club afterwards.
Yeah.
So
yeah, on the
this
break.
was all.
And then I like golfed the last 18.
This was a big attorney group, right?
No, actually mostly doctors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like actual doctors?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
was it a networking thing for you? Were you out there hunting for business?
Yeah, I got invited on the trip for the first time last year by a neighbor of mine. I went thinking, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad networking trip. And it's a, good excuse to kind of like get around other people that aren't in my circle. And yeah, actually, obviously I can't talk about specifics, but yeah, I did get some clientele out of the
Nice.
trip.
Where was this?
Just down to Myrtle. It's about an hour and some
Oh,
change.
okay.
Dirty Myrtle.
I was
But-
thinking you went to like
I
Ireland
thought
or
so
something.
too. Yeah, that was
no.
like-
I golf once a year, and it's at this trip.
Really?
And I hit the ball maybe 5 times.
Dude, but I bet you if you
That's my
get your
boy
timing
right
right
there.
and you got your hands around with those pipes you're sporting right now, dude, you could send a golf ball a country mile.
He actually doesn't drive it that far, to be honest. with
No?
you.
No, I'm terrible.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I am terrible.
Chris, what's your take on the second bachelor party? Yes or no?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
And I like the
He said,
small,
give me a straight answer.
Real straight shoot. Yes.
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 Small group.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 45 now, so it's like,
Yeah,
let's go on a trip.
Right.
Let's go on a surf trip.
Go
Let's
do something cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
Do the thing that you couldn't do in your 20s because you didn't
Right.
have the means.
Yes.
Like my bachelor party was 15 dudes in one house in Panama City Beach, and I think we just like floated a couple kegs of like Natty Light or something because
You just described real world.
I have yeah.
15 dudes, one house.
It was
Seven
it was real world.
cases of
I
Dylan
still
Mulvaney.
I still have the email.
I said Dylan
You
Mulvaney.
did. We're never getting canceled. None of us. We have legal representation. What was I going? Oh, I have the emails from when we were sending them, and everybody had like $150 budget. So this tells you
Nice.
how far 2013 the dollar went in 2013. That we could all stay there for 2 nights, 3 days, and basically only spend $150 per person.
I always look back at my budget, like even post Marine Corps, like where I was like trying to figure my life out and like how little you could live on in like
Yeah.
those times. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just like whether it's college or like after high school, whatever. Like looking back, there was a time when I could survive off like $600 a month.
Right. Right.
Not
Pre-wife,
not possible.
pre-kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Well, wife, you could still do it. It's when the
Yeah.
kids hit there's just your money just disappears.
Yeah,
It
for
just
sure.
evaporates, and you don't even know on what.
But it's one of
sometimes.
those things too, like the old adage, like like if you make more, you're gonna spend more, right? And
yes,
so
I've
then you
heard that
kinda
one.
Fucking,
Yeah.
tear up, and then so like I make money, but then I'm like,
More money, more problems,
money, no
bitch.
problem.
But
That's
back
what I've
then, and
heard.
I hope I'm not getting like historical revisionist here. But like the late '90s to early 2000s, I don't remember buying everything with the debit card. Like I still use
'Cause you're
cash
from
and wrote checks
Georgia.
and stuff like that. Oh, really? Is that what it was? It was a Georgia thing?
Ching, ching.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, like you spend money so much more indiscriminately when you just use a piece of plastic
Oh,
every
yeah.
time instead of like having to write checks and balance a checkbook and pay with cash and
Did
stuff
you
like
see?
that.
Did we talk about
The
this?
World Banks are coming for you.
Did we talk about the Palm?
Oh no,
Whole
we
Foods.
haven't. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
talk about
Whole
that.
Foods now has an option through Amazon to pay with your Palm.
Who would do that?
I don't know, but I saw some chick on the internet with that, and that was weird. She
Really?
walked over and like scanned her palm,
Yeah.
and her groceries were paid
So
for.
people are doing it.
So
Yeah,
the
but what did
argument
she
is
look
the
like, though?
same how we went. The argument for that is the same of how we went from cash to debit,
Yeah.
right? And so it's easy,
Yeah.
and you don't have to like. So I do like Apple Pay. On
I
my
like
phone,
Apple Pay,
right?
yeah.
But if I don't have my phone, the sell is just use your Palm. And
No.
so you're spending there. There's a reason why Amazon's doing this, right? They're one of the largest companies in the world. They want you to be
Spend more
able to
money quicker.
swipe it,
Yeah.
easier and quicker.
But put on your tinfoil hat; they're tracking you at the same time.
Dude, there's nanobots up in there.
100%.
There's
Electrons everywhere.
No. They got to be putting nanobots in there that connect back to your phone that then deliver ads based off of how you're thinking and what you're discussing with people. And then, I mean, we've seen it now where you'll be talking about something,
Mhm.
and next thing you know, you're getting ads for it.
Yeah, 100%.
It happens now. So it's just more ways to put digital advertising right
It
in
is.
front of people to separate you from your money.
But what about a business? And there are a handful of businesses, and I don't patronize those businesses because of this cashless business.
Yeah.
If I walk
Yeah.
in there and I don't always carry cash on me, but when I do, I want to use it.
Right.
So
Dude, there-
I've been in businesses. Went in somewhere one time, went to go pay for something, and I had a 20, and I went to go hand the girl a 20. She's like, "Well, we don't take cash here." What do you mean?
What do you mean
What do
you
you mean
don't
don't
take
take
cash?
cash? It's money. And she's like, "Well, we're a cashless business."
I saw a viral video out of the UK that happened recently. A guy was shopping at Aldi, and they don't take cash, but he was adamant. He put currency down on the table, took his item, and walked out. He just bought a thing of strawberries, and the people there at the grocery store were like accosting him. The employees like, "Sir, we don't take that." And he's like, you would have loved him. He'd have been a great client for you, Brandon, if you're licensed in the UK. But he was like, "I've paid with my legal tender. I'm taking my strawberries and I'm leaving." Just like reiterating that point over and over again, no matter how much more hysterical the people got about it.
Sure.
But I mean, the dude's got a point. Like, he put his money down on the table. He's taking the thing that he paid for,
Did he get
and he's
arrested?
leaving. I don't know. I didn't follow up on it. Bad journalism on my
I'll be the
part.
devil's advocate. Those poor employees don't get paid enough to deal with
No,
that.
they don't. No, they don't.
They have a policy.
Dude,
Sorry,
I
dude.
know.
We
They're
just,
trying
we don't
to
have
enforce
change,
it.
It's
But then the
just-
same part of me goes like, okay, you're right, because I'm not going to put that much effort into it because I
Mhm.
don't care. Why are they putting so much effort into it?
why is he
in-
putting so much effort into paying with cash?
Well, I mean, because the principle of the thing, I would do that.
Yeah, but it's a private business,
I
right?
love
I can do
all the
whatever I
time.
Yeah,
want.
right.
But the funny thing about
We only
Aldi
serve
is,
white men with beards.
the funny thing about Aldi is you have to put a quarter in to their like
Right.
slot machine to get the grocery cart.
Cashless my
So
ass.
yeah,
right.
exactly right. I'm looking at this like, dude, you guys don't have the moral
Right.
high ground
No,
here.
absolutely not.
You,
No.
I've got to buy a shopping cart from you or rent it for you, and the only way to do it is with legal tender.
What if you brought your own shopping cart? Like-
BYOSP.
You go down behind
No.
the
Oh,
Target
absolutely.
or
I'm sure
center.
you can get
Yeah.
one from Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to order a collapsible shopping cart, and I'm going to start rolling
Hell
it
yeah.
together,
Oh,
popping shit out. and
Thought
rolling it.
exercise
that's a
for you.
great
If you
idea.
steal a shopping cart,
Uh-huh.
if you steal a shopping cart from a grocery store and you take it home, is
Yeah, what do you
that as
think
bad
about-
as not returning your shopping cart?
Yeah, because that's theft.
That's theft, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's actually
But I want to go back just a step. So
Okay.
ordering your own shopping cart. I got a good story on this.
Okay.
So it's not a shopping cart, but so we used to go to the Indy 500 every year, and it's like a big party during the
We used to
during
go to
the race.
Talladega a lot. That was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
So they have like concerts and stuff the weekend of it leading up. And so my brother had the fantastic idea to just, instead of bringing a cooler, he had recently had a child and we loaded all the beer into the stroller.
Second
And
bachelor
so-
party, baby.
We were going through the crowd and I was in front of him yelling, "Watch out, there's a baby on board, clear away."
Were you doing it
And
all
so
redneck like that?
Everyone would, yeah, just like that. So the Red Sea parted and everyone looked into there to see the baby because they're like, who are these irresponsible
Yeah,
guys bringing
yeah.
a baby to a concert?
Is
They're
your
like,
brother-
"Oh, you sons of bitches."
Give me the picture of your brother. Older, younger,
Older, bearded,
Like
a
you,
lot of
different than
tattoos.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're very similar.
Was he
So-
was he a
Cowboy hat
square jawed warfighter?
He
too?
was not.
Okay.
No. He went to prison for trafficking. No, that didn't
Okay,
happen.
I
I'm
was,
just
I
kidding.
was like really about to get drawn in.
No, but yeah. So instead of ordering a shopping cart, just use a stroller.
Use a stroller?
Something you got.
Great idea. What about my beach cart?
Yes,
my
I do
beach
like that.
wagon?
I do like
Roll
that.
up with the beach wagon
Yeah.
and just walk in the alley with your beach
Why
wagon.
not?
Yeah.
Why
I
not?
like it. I like it.
I mean, you could bring your own recyclable grocery bags. They like encourage
Right,
that,
exactly.
you know.
yeah, but I bring my own beer into a bar, then everyone gets all up and
freaks
on.
out.
Matter of fact, I know that because I've seen it at Aldi before. I've seen some lady come
Boy,
in
Aldi's
with a
getting a lot of great
wagon,
pub,
and her kid was in the back corner of it.
like a Red Rider
And I was like,
wagon.
that's a great idea. If you live around the corner,
Yeah.
you don't have to walk far.
This episode sponsored by Aldi.
Yeah, all the things. And
Oh,
Ghost.
Yellow,
Little.
different.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we're gonna go with yes, you can have two bachelor parties. Is that
100%.
yeah? Chris,
Yeah, absolutely.
Matt.
Sure can.
Oh,
It's
wow, we
America.
moved Matt from no to yes. I really feel like you should have
You
one,
guys
Matt.
really
of,
sold me on this.
of everybody in particular, we should get a bachelor party for you, even though you're married and you and Sarah are very happy. Because you never got one. So
no.
what would
What
it
if we do like a surprise bachelor party?
Yeah.
Just like
No,
kidnap them?
definitely don't do
What
that.
if we just threw him in a van? Okay.
Yeah.
One more thought exercise and we'll move on.
Okay.
What if we kidnapped you? Like very classy.
Oh,
Go ahead.
that
You know, like
sounds
a
like
classy
great
kidnapping.
thing
Go
that
ahead
I
and
would
take a
really
breath
enjoy.
if you authorize us to
It's
do
a
Yeah.
that.
great idea.
Yeah. We kidnap you. We
That was
don't
a
tell you where
contract.
you're going. And we drive you to some jump zone and you're going to parachute back into Burning Man.
Mm.
What if like that's the second bachelor party and we do Burning Man all weekend after you free fall?
So you're telling me in these conjugal visits you have sex with women? Okay, I'll do it. I don't like any of it until it has to do with jumping out of a plane.
Well, you don't
and
like the
then-
kidnapping part?
No.
Well,
We can
you
make
wouldn't
it
go
look- Make it
willingly.
look legit, man. We'll kick
Yeah.
the door
Yeah,
in
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
We'll beat the shit out of you.
Dude, the thing is if we offered it to you to plan it, you'd find some reason not
If we
to
could do it like the Impractical Jokers do, where everybody's like laughing the whole time,
yeah, you won't be. We
Yeah.
will. Yeah.
just do it in an all blacked out van and do it to Master of Puppets.
Absolutely. We're
Perfect.
gonna take JP's van from the girls, that one that we did that music video shoot on. That like black cargo express van.
All right, you're
Why
freaking me
don't- Why
out.
don't
Yeah.
we use the truck?
Huh?
We have the truck.
Let's throw him in the back of
We
the
always
Dodge.
use the truck.
No.
It works fine. Why?
We
Yeah.
gotta use
Mm.
yes.
Yes.
Can
The
you
monster
get
truck.
can you get a little box?
Have you seen my truck? You haven't seen it.
Matt's so far behind, dude. Matt's so far behind. All right, I'm going to move us on to the next topic, and that is being a generalist. Matt, I'm using you as my muse for this because I have said, and I hope you know that I'm complimenting you when I say this, that
Oh,
you
boy.
are a generalist of a human being. There's such a broad list of things that you do and you do well. And I find myself you looking at the truck? Dude, Brandon
All right,
Brandon's
go back to your story.
That's
Brandon's
like a,
use
that's
of
like
money.
a Saigon special.
Dude,
right
I'm
there.
telling. I love the way Brandon
From
spends his money. Right? I love the way that Brandon spends his money. Hey, show him the
Is that
the
what's her name?
Nicki
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Show him the TikTok
Oh,
where the person
no.
stitched you about flirting. That was just the girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best, dude. I go back and watch that when I'm having a bad day. You know, I'm just like I just like to go find that one because it picks me up a little bit.
Mhm.
But I find myself wanting to be more of a generalist, like being able to do a lot of things, but not just like one thing in particular.
Mhm.
Having a little bit of foresight now, looking back on your time at the university up until now, do you feel any different about being that type of person, being a generalist, being who's very good at a lot of different things?
I mean, I just think because of my life experiences, it's just. I mean, I'm decent at a handful of things, but I'd say I'm good at a lot of things.
I think you're good at a lot of things.
Well, thanks, man. I don't know. It's just been like my way of. I mean, look at
Is
my
it a
dad.
mindset? Is it a mindset where you just like, I'll figure out how to do stuff?
Yeah.
Like that's asked of you?
Yeah.
Is it more that? You think you've
Well, it's a
been
combination
able
of that
to do
and
a
my-
lot of different things because you're open to opportunity? Is that a good way
Yes.
to? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, then maybe I find myself becoming more like you in that regard. Maybe it's about like you see an opportunity and you're like, oh, I got time and space to do this. Like, let me jump on it and see if I can figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
What are
It's a
your
good
thoughts,
summation.
Brandon, on just being a generalist, being good at a lot of different things, and being
Yeah.
fluid, like when you need to be, like, oh, this is happening over here, like it might not fit into like this defined path, but it's an opportunity, so I'll jump on it.
Yeah, sure. So I've always been big on that, like in my personal life, and I learned a good lesson when I opened up my firm, where I thought about taking that kind of generalist approach with my law practice as well. And so I found that I wasn't able to devote the requisite amount of time and focus to get myself good at a couple things. And so yeah, so like I've always been like a generalist when it comes to, I try to, get into a lot of different activities, try to, get in with different groups of people, kind of broaden my horizons, try to be decent at, try to turn a wrench whenever I can or build something just so I know that I still can do it. But yeah, there's definitely a lesson learned of not trying to overextend yourself and be like a generalist in, it's a certain avenue like business or whatever. If you're going to focus on something, don't try to, try to at least narrow it down to something you're going to be good at.
When you started
too
your law
much.
practice, you said yes to everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Part of that's out of necessity, right?
I think
too,
everybody does that. Yeah,
just to,
I know I did
keep
it.
the doors open,
Yeah.
right?
What Yeah, and I think when you do that, then you can start excluding all the stuff that
mhm.
you're like, wow, that cost me way more time and money than it was worth.
Well, even
I'm
just
not
like,
going to do that, and I didn't even like doing it. So when I see those opportunities again, I can immediately gatekeep it and be like, nah, that's not for me.
Yeah, and even just with like clients, like Chris, I'm sure that you've had a conversation with somebody now that you're a couple years into your business and you're established, where you might say like, I don't think I'm going to take that case, or I'm going to farm it out, rather than if when you first opened, I'm sure you were like, hey, what if you're calling me? We're going to do something. Did you like experience that?
I have. Obviously, going into year 3. That's what I'm doing now. I mean, there's people I've turned away, and it's not. And I hate to say that I'm turning away business, but I mean, it's not beneficial for me to take a case. Or I'll just be upfront with them and tell them this is going to cost you a lot more money than you're probably willing to spend.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to find somebody closer. And that's traveling across the state. If somebody calls me, wants me to go to Greensboro and spend a week in Greensboro, that's expensive. There's, probably 300 PIs in Guilford County.
None of them are as good as you, though.
I know, this is true.
Yeah.
Of course not.
It's true.
Yeah.
So,
But that's something that you can now, you're in a more comfortable position to say like, hey, I'm not going to take that
Right.
because you don't need it to feed
That's
the
right.
family.
That's right. That's right.
So what are you finding now? Like, are you excluding more than is still coming in?
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's still enough for you to get by
Yes. So
and for you to grow.
what I've done is now, I'll have it worked out with other PI groups around the state. I've got some contacts, in a lot of different places. And hey, I'll you know what? I'll refer the case to you. Send me a little,
Throw you a little
throw me a
cheddar-
little bit
little cheddar cheese.
for that referral.
Yeah.
And you know what? I still make money on it.
How
They
does
make
that
money.
How does that go if you're calling another PI? You like, hey, maybe you send something my way, for
Well,
the
no.
effort, or
Well, no, I
like,
mean,
is it a very professional? Like, it's known. Like, if you
Right.
get referred, you're getting 20% or whatever
Right.
that amount is.
And
yeah.
and a lot of times, what they'll do, and this is kind of like the unwritten rule of PIs, that are in good standing. We'll sign the case and we'll farm it out to them, and then we take our cut that way, and then we get a percentage per everything that's worked instead of a small little piece. Like if they take start to finish, it's $2,500, and we get 10%. Versus if I run the case through, I'm obviously going to make more money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You two desperately, we need to do a reality show around the two of you.
I can't.
Just, you can't?
Too much confidentiality with my stuff.
Well, but I mean, we never show that stuff, that side of it.
no,
Just,
no. It'll be like you guys will wear a mask and everything.
yeah.
there we
what
go.
you can master voice.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm down for a personal
Yeah.
documentary.
You know when they
Yeah,
interview
yeah.
like the
Thinking of just
informant
putting
that
down.
busted out lawmakers? We were in a hotel.
It's always that, right?
Yeah.
It's always that. That would be there. I'll let that percolate a little bit. I want to do
like
some
it.
kind of like local, like guerrilla journalism type of thing here,
Mm.
and then we could just put you two guys as the black nameless characters, the anonymous with the voice modulators.
I might
That you
have a
can
couple clients to talk to.
Oh,
We
okay.
can do some guerrilla journalism on some
really.
stuff.
Ooh, I dig that. Because then you guys could comment on things like what happened here recently with the shooting situation in Wrightsville Beach.
We can Monday morning quarterback anything.
Yeah,
if
you
throw
can.
it at us,
Yeah,
as long
you-
as we're not directly involved.
You want to jump
Give me
on
5
that?
minutes and an internet connection. I'll tell you whatever you need to know.
That was a little bit wild though. This Wrightsville Beach shooting situation.
yeah.
Are you read in on it completely?
A lot of it, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's your take on it? Because
Um,
it took him like to set the stage for people. Like there was a guy in Wrightsville Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Random drive-by shooting at the middle of the day. This really nice lady that was walking her dog.
Shot
She's alive.
5 times.
Shot 5 times. She's alive. She's in critical condition, but expected to survive.
That's correct.
Officer involved shooting. The gentleman who shot this lady. Do I have to say allegedly? Allegedly shot this lady? No. He's now deceased with the officer involved shooting. So it's kind of a big hubbub here for Wilmington because we
Yes.
don't see a lot of that.
Well, so, 20 years in law enforcement, got some law enforcement time from way back, I believe.
Way back.
So,
Different life.
you know,
Yeah.
I can step back and look at what they did, and I can pick out a lot of things that they did right.
Mhm.
Okay. I also know that, I remember some things that were said to me when I was a young officer by guys, they're very seasoned in life now, retired, and they sat around and drink coffee every Friday.
Yeah.
Don't ever try to outrun your radio. All right. Case in point, I know that there was a small traffic crash during this whole thing where a Wilmington SUV ended up in a retention pond.
Oh,
on
really?
Eastwood. Yep.
That doesn't sound like a small crash.
So it happens. I mean, things happen. You know what? If
There was
you're highly
What
motivated,
happened?
if you're highly motivated and you're going after somebody and that happens, hey man, it happens.
What happened?
Flooded
He
the
left-
ve-
he
flooded
left
the
his
vehicle.
car
No,
in
he
drive?
flooded the vehicle. No,
Like how did the car get in the lake?
I'm going to throw in a Brandon word.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Smart.
He tried to pit the car and missed the pit and ended up in the ditch.
Okay.
Retention pond.
Yeah.
All right.
But
happens.
that was a tactic.
Right.
That's an approved tactic. He was trying to just miss.
So,
Yeah. Need a little more training.
So,
Not a
according
proof
to
tactic?
everything that's been put out on the news,
Allegedly.
apparently he went to a house over in Wrightsville Beach, ran everybody out, ended up zip tying a woman in the house, tied her up. The chase starts on Eastwood, end up out on Market. He comes out of the car with a gun. Officers dropped him.
Yeah.
I mean, case closed.
The
So
guy-
it started on Wrightsville Ave, then went to Wrightsville Beach, and then he's like, "All right, we're taking this party out."
Yeah, I mean, it was a big, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. They said, well, it says Wrightsville. I mean, was it Wrightsville Avenue?
Well,
I thought
that's
I
what you
read
said.
in the original report. I read something on Wrightsville Beach, then down Wrightsville Avenue, and
May have
then
been
I think the shooting
Was on
finished over on
Market.
Market
That's
Street.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, somewhere over there. So he kind of went east and then started east and made his way back westward. Is what my understanding of the situation was. So he zip tied a lady in her house.
Yes.
They were
it was a
there on
maid-
vacation.
Was it vacation? Or I thought she was.
Yeah, it's like an Airbnb.
Okay.
From what I heard, she let the kids went outside. She's like, I'm gonna run back inside real quick. Got away. She starts running. And he was like popping shots off at her.
Oh, that was all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't realize that because I'd heard about the lady running down the beach.
Apparently,
Wow.
there's a couple other
Was he
incidents.
was he
They've-
with them?
There was
he
supposedly
staying
a
with
picture
them?
of somehow a Wrightsville Beach officer had a long gun and he was like up on the berm getting
Really?
ready to return. I don't know. I haven't seen it. This is all
Dude, that was
alleged.
probably the most exhilarating day for Wilmington Police
Wrightsville?
Department. Or
Wrightsville
Wrightsville
Beach
Beach
for
Police
sure.
Department. Yeah.
Well, they-
Wrightsville Beach.
Yeah.
for sure.
again,
Maybe ever.
Hats
Yeah.
off to them. They did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, they handled the threat that day.
So
you
was
know,
this guy the one renting the Airbnb
No.
that
No.
the people were in?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
See, this is exactly why we need a guerrilla journalism.
it's
here.
a good reason and a good reminder that if you are able to protect yourself and carry something to protect
Yeah.
yourself, you want to do that even on vacation.
Yeah, we were at Jen and I were at the New Hanover County Government Place working on building permits and stuff. And when the ladies came out and was like, "There's an officer involved shooting right down there," so we were pretty fairly close to it. But yeah, exercise that Second Amendment right.
That's right.
And
Especially
then
when
train,
you're on
train,
vacation, out of your element.
Yeah,
just check.
Do simple things like
Well,
lock the doors.
With that, I will say, make sure you always, if you're going to go out of state, make sure that you always check the gun laws for that state.
Right, and that's why I
Don't worry.
said if you're able to.
National concealed carry, man.
Unless
I'm
you're a
down with
constitutionalist.
Constitutional carry.
Yeah, constitutional carry.
I'm a
Boy.
sovereign
by God,
citizen.
Coming
carry
with
on.
sovereign citizen, I do not recognize your
We should do a
government.
guerrilla. We should do like a whole a real expose on soft sits.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making one right out there, Castle Hayne.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm so sick and tired of paying taxes,
This
man.
land is my land.
I'm so sick and tired of getting tax notices.
I hear Ruby Ridge in the background. I'm done,
Speaking
man.
of that, did you hear about that guy that the FBI dusted in Utah?
No.
Did we talk about that?
Tell me about this.
Older dude.
Yeah, he was making a
White guy
bunch of
with
like
glasses. Yeah.
threats against the president and the
president,
VP,
yeah.
and
The
then like
current
some
president?
senators. Yeah,
Yeah, Joseph
Joseph.
Buckhead.
and POTUS was going to Idaho, and he was like,
What'd you
I'm
call me?
gonna be out there. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna be out there in my ghillie suit.
Really?
And so the FBI came to ask him questions. They left. He posted on Facebook, "Hey, next time you guys come like heavy or something
Oh,
like that."
really?
And then the next article was like,
Man.
"Man shot by FBI." They,
Wow,
They
they-
tried to serve a warrant, and
Yeah.
he came out guns blazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard it
Wow.
was a drone strike.
Really?
Just kidding.
Little predator. Maybe suicide by police shooting.
Yeah, but definitely not on the same level as Ruby Ridge,
no,
obviously.
Ruby
but
Ridge was something else. Yeah, we should do some kind of expose on that.
We should.
Do we have any here? Do we have any autonomous zones in Wilmington that we know of that we can infiltrate with
don't
body
believe.
cameras?
There's some neighborhoods I wouldn't go in.
Yeah, there are some neighborhoods. Definitely some neighborhoods.
Come on, let's take the car in there. We'll take the big
Oh.
truck.
Yeah. I like what you're thinking there. We could do something like that.
We mount a turret in the back of that thing.
That's what I was thinking.
We
If
got to get a
something pops
Hilux.
off.
We have to get a fleet of Hiluxes.
Yes.
I think that's the only thing that's
100%.
missing now.
100%.
The more I drive the Land Cruiser, the more I'm like, we need a couple of Hiluxes in this town.
I do like the Land Cruiser.
We could paint them all the same color. We could put Matt's face on it, or we could put Port City Attorney advertising on it. That's how you really stand out.
Matt,
Branded.
I got an idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to got you off, but I want to. Matt's Meats.
Mhm.
Start a deli.
Yeah.
Matt's Meats.
I love Matt.
There's not
I
a
got worms.
good- got worms. That's what we're gonna call it.
Matt's.
It's Worm Bar. I forgot all about that. That's brilliant.
Matt's Meats. Yeah, we need
Matt's
a deli.
Meats.
Why does Wilmington not have any good delis?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
know we have enough freaking Yankees here.
Wow, Matt. Wow.
Do we not?
I don't know.
Yeah,
the
we
Santa
do.
Barbara guys calling.
I
people
mean, in
Yanks.
Leland, right? Seriously, all of us here are carpetbaggers. None of, well, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Chris.
Yeah, but
You're-
at least we bring
born and bred
positive
on
elements.
Slowian.
It's like, what do the Yankees bring? They just bring like liberal mindsets and anger.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, they bring some good foods with them.
Hey, look, my whole family is from Ireland to Massachusetts. So
Yeah.
we've done our time in New England.
Okay.
Okay.
I love it.
And we got the hell out.
Let's see. Do we have anything else on the agenda today? No, not for me.
No Britney Spears.
No
Lady
Britney
Gaga.
Spears. Poor Britney Spears is getting a divorce.
Lady
Again?
Gaga.
Yeah.
Man, do you follow her on Instagram? It's Trainwreck.
No.
He shit is hilarious.
No, I like the memes though. I like the memes. There's this one, I think he's an Australian dude. He put this one thing up. He was like, when your wife comes home from bottomless brunch,
Oh, jeez.
bottomless mimosas at brunch, and it's Britney Spears doing that weird little dance that she was doing on her Instagram. It was a good one. I laughed a good bit. And she's just like muttering something to herself. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Madonna too. Have you seen Madonna lately? Something doesn't look. I think maybe she got switched by a body double.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the real Madonna anymore.
Hey-o.
TK said if you missed it, no, her body doubled. That's TK.
TK with the zingers. I
Engineer,
love it.
producer extraordinaire, chiming in. We gotta get a producer mic for him
Yes,
so he can
100%.
Jamie it for us every once
I
in a
love
while.
it.
Yeah, that's all I had on my agenda. Brandon, anything else worth discussing today?
No, I'm just glad to have Matt back, and I hope we can recreate this again.
I know. Matt, did you have fun
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
in the last
Having a
50
blast.
minutes? Are
Yeah.
you?
I'm having so much fun.
Having said, yeah. Are you under duress right now? You reading this under duress?
No.
No. Is that the hand signal for reading under duress?
Or it's just coerced
Oh,
under duress.
oh, because I saw that. I thought that was something different.
No, that's
Yeah,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift's little finger dances she does.
Yeah, what do you think about T Swizzle? She's hot right now, huh?
Where have you been? Since like 2009.
I don't get it. I
She's been
don't
the hot
get it. I
ticket.
don't think her music
I do
is
know
all
that my
good.
brother-in-law.
Yeah, her
I
music,
don't
her
get
music's
it.
trash.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be real.
really don't get it.
I
She's
do.
not that talented of a vocalist. Her lyrics are super
I don't
general.
know, man. She
her
writes-
beats are
she writes ba-
formulaic.
I don't know. It's catchy
Now
music.
we are gonna get canceled.
It's catchy music.
One Swifty's
Her
gonna
lyrics
see
make
this.
sense. Look at the shit we listen to. Bush, love and hate.
Come on,
it's
man.
like none of
Listen,
that made
Stay
any
your tongue
sense.
about Mr. Gavin Ross.
I gotta side with Matt here. Taylor
Good
Swift is
machine
she's
head.
the songbird of our generation.
Is she?
So you
You
bite
think-
She
your
writes
tongue.
songs that make sense. They pull at your heart, and she sounds freaking flawless.
No.
Trust me, I hated. I tried to hate her for so long, but I'm like,
she
dude,
was a
she's probably
country
the most
music
intel-
artist who went to pop. Those are known as the two genres where you don't have
Hey,
to have
look,
a
Lady
good voice.
Gaga is still number one
Yeah,
to me.
and
Okay?
Aaron Lewis, went from
Come on,
stadium
man.
to
And
country.
Hootie. Aaron does not look
Well,
good.
but you know what? If you-
he's
so
put
if
on,
you listen
he's
to-
doubled.
look, if
Speaking
you-
of things that have doubled,
If
Aaron
you
Lewis is
listen to some of the stuff when you listen to Darius Rucker talk, that first song he wrote that made it big with Hootie and Blowfish back in like the early '90s, Let Her Cry.
Oh yeah, Let Her Cry.
So
all
he
time.
calls that his first country song he ever wrote.
Really?
Yes.
So he was
It
yeah,
has kind of
It
country
does. It,
vibes.
is,
kinda
it
was
does.
the
So I'm
con-
going back
yeah.
to listen to it now after when I was a young man in high school when that
Uh-huh.
song came out. Listen to it now. I'm like, damn, that sounds like country.
Yeah. No, it's a motorcycle. Oh, you
I
think
thought
it
that
was
was
Jay?
Jay.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I thought somebody's
Nah.
balls were coming off under this table.
Downshifting Jixer.
I did not know who. Speaking of country music, that Oliver Anthony kid, Anthony Oliver.
That's cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's making $40,000 a day right now.
That's
I read
epic,
that.
man.
I
Good
read
for
He,
him.
he turned down a $8 million record deal.
Yeah. Did they say why he turned it down?
He made a Facebook post, but it was really cool. Like in it, he was like, these, executives can't understand why I'm turning down $8 million deals. He's like, I didn't write this music because, I'm trying to make money. I wrote it because I was depressed
Right.
and I was anxious.
Right.
And I feel like other people feel like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's freaking cool, dude.
Yeah, that's an
That's-
artist being an artist.
Yeah, he's authentic.
Yeah.
and it's something hard to.
That is Jay right
It is
there.
Jay. That
was Jay.
Yeah.
It's hard to recreate something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
like artificially.
It has a
recreate.
very kind of Hunger
$8 million.
Games. Would you turn it down, Matt? If you're making
If I can
$40,000
buy
a
a
day off
Gulfstream,
one song,
if they're offering $8 million out the gate, it's because he doesn't have representation.
Yeah.
He doesn't have somebody that.
he's just holding out for the big ticket.
Yeah, man.
If they're offering you $8 million, when they knock on the door, they're gonna go.
Yeah.
They might go
He's-
3 times that.
his song debuted at number
It
1
did.
on the Billboard Top 100 out of the mixed
Yeah, how many songs have
genre
done that?
category. Only 3, I think I was reading or something,
And he
have ever
filmed
done
it,
that.
Like it was all indie.
Yeah.
Like he filmed it in front of a deer stand
Yeah.
and released it on SoundCloud.
Dude, I was talking to some people about that because like we were looking at all these very high produced, overly produced rather music videos in support of like song releases, especially in the country music genre that are not good. And then you have something like that where it was just like a simple 2-camera setup,
Yeah.
guys just playing a guitar and singing, and he's arguably the most I don't know if popular is the right word.
So he
His song is the most listened to song in the country right
Yeah.
now. So that makes him, I don't know if that's popular or famous or whatever.
He
but-
had one show booked up in Currituck, up in North Carolina,
That's Matt's stomping ground.
and
Oh,
he
South Virginia or North Virginia?
no Currituck's.
Yeah, North Carolina. Isn't
North
that close to the
Carolina.
Virginia border?
It's like
though?
OBX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
North.
Other side. I'm sorry.
But
That's where I've heard it.
Anyway, so he said he played that same venue to like 200 people a month before that.
Mhm.
6,000 people showed up.
Wow.
It was pretty cool.
So he's probably making a lot of money at the door too.
I don't
Yeah,
even
he
know.
gets-
I think
I'm
it was
sure
like
he
a
gets
benefit
kickback off
thing.
the
I don't
door.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would hope so.
they're bringing that many people.
Promoters can be kind of sleaze bags sometimes.
That's
so.
true, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Usually, yeah. TK knows.
But no, let's go back. I
knows.
want to just touch on what you just
Yeah.
said. So you're talking about making these big, elaborate music videos.
Yeah.
So you and I have been like kind of going back and forth, posting the same guy, listening to that.
Benja? Yeah. I think I got him off
Yeah.
of you. Did
Man,
you?
he's-
Was he at Roderman's or something? Did I
No.
see you post something?
No, you know what? It's just somebody kind of ran across.
Yeah.
Listen to, it's one of those, you're scrolling through and you get, maybe it's a sponsored ad, maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't. Found him on there and I was like, man, this guy's really good. And then I
Yeah.
started listening to a lot of his music and it's really good. He's out of Florida.
Yeah.
Fishes a lot. I mean,
He was a football player too. I read. Like
Yes.
football player got in a bad accident.
Yep.
Matt, it's you wouldn't like it. It's white boy reggae. I know you hate the genre. Every time Matt comes over to my house, I'm playing good music, and he's like, "Oh,
No, it's just the same.
it all sounds the
Robert.
same." You're right. It all sounds the same.
but look at, there's bands out there that have made successful careers off the same beat.
That was an egregiously inaccurate statement you made, Chris.
no.
Like Tribal Seeds, I love Slightly Stupid.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, hang on.
he's talking about all.
I'm,
genres.
I'm talking all genres all the way around.
We're gonna
okay?
get TK's
So
gonna come give us the people's elbow off the top rope if we don't get this conversation
Offspring.
right.
every riff
Matt
is
does
the
love
same.
him some Offspring.
I love Offspring.
It's all chugs.
Chris,
They're all the
Chris.
same. I love Offspring. We
I don't
listen
care
to them
about music
forever.
enough to have.
I don't know.
Well,
Jack
you-
Johnson
Nicki
is
Minaj is
all
your
the
thing.
same.
That's right.
It
Yeah.
is.
I do say if there's ever a job in
I
the
get what you're
world that I
saying.
would want in the music business would be to be a keyboardist in like a reggae rock kind of band because they just go bump, bump.
Now you want to be one of
Bump,
those '80s
bump,
keyboardists
bump.
that wore it on your chest
Yeah,
and you were
little
like,
guitar.
Yeah.
TK, did you ever play a guitar?
Sitar.
Sitar? No, that's
Sitar.
different. The guitar and the sitar are two completely,
That's
totally
the
different
heroin
things.
den shit that I get into.
I love it. I love it. Well, okay. What were we going with there? Oh, yeah, but the kid, Oliver Anthony, like, good for him, obviously.
Wait, did Chris finish? Did you
Yeah,
finish
did
your
you
point?
finish
yeah, no, I did.
Yeah, it
we
came
were
back
good.
around. We
All
were
the
also
jo-
surprised because it was such a short comment compared to the story of Jay.
I know, man.
We all were,
Well, Jay's-
we were taken a little off guard there,
Well, Jay's
Brandon.
special, man. You got to give him his time.
Old Jay
I mean,
Higgins.
he's back here just kind of licking
He's
himself.
chilling,
He's
man.
good.
He's gnawing on his tail right now. He's been a good addition to the podcast. He is a little small, though, isn't he?
He is.
You can give him some beef?
Man, he's eating.
No, let him taste human flesh.
All right.
I'm-
No coming back from that.
This is
That's
fucking
it.
dragging on.
This is dragging on. That's going to do it for this episode of Signal Fire Radio. But no, for real. Brandon Pettyjohn, Port City Attorney, at Port City Attorney. If somebody needs legal advice, where should they go to find you?
PortCityAttorney.com.
So good, Brandon. What's the number?
910-910-9010.
Matt, just say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. It was great to have you here, Matthew.
Thanks.
Go find Matt on LinkedIn.
Nope,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not on
post,
LinkedIn anymore.
I'm gonna start posting from his account again soon. I took over Matt's LinkedIn for a little while.
Did you?
Yeah, people didn't know.
I took over his grinder.
Nice. He's big on Grinder. Chris Bradley.
That makes sense.
It's Chris Bradley, Cape Fear Investigative Services. Somebody wants to get in touch with you. Where should they go?
CapeFearInvestigative.com and phone number is 910-762-4374.
Nice. You guys should link up on the phone numbers.
Should
Maybe
link
you
up.
do. Maybe you do the inverse of 910-910-9100. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that one was expensive.
Yeah, that's
I
probably very
almost bought that one.
expensive. All right. And I'm Rob Redens with Signal Fire Media. Until next time, go out, strengthen your mind. Oh, sorry. What I did it wrong. Feed your mind, strengthen your body, enrich your spirit, and grow your tribe. And go be a Signal Fire in your community. Talk to you again in a couple weeks.
No, you didn't.